Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's 2 a.m. Your room is quiet, UWorld is open on your screen, you just finished a block and it came out to be 54%. You close the laptop and you just sit there. Not crying, not angry, just sitting. Because the feeling isn't sadness actually. It's something harder to name. It's the feeling of doing something enormously difficult, completely alone, and wondering if anyone in the world understands what it actually feels like. Well, let me describe a day. You wake up, no alarm needed. The anxiety does that for you. You open your notes before you have had water. You sit at the same desk, the same chair, the same four walls. You open the U World, and for the next 8, 10, 12 hours, you're completely inside your own head. No classmates sitting next to you, no study groups, no professor you can raise your hand and ask, just you. And the question and the little timer counting up in the corner. And when you get something wrong, there's no one to turn you and say, wait, what did you put? There's no one to say, oh, I got that one wrong too. Don't worry about it. There's just you, only you, reading the explanation alone, trying to figure out where exactly your thinking broke down. And here's what makes it specifically harder. When you're at IMG, when you're studying from Pakistan, India, Egypt, Nigeria, the people around you don't fully understand what you're doing. Your family loves you, they're proud of you, they tell everyone that their child is becoming a doctor. But when you try to explain why you're stressed, I have an exam. What is it? I don't have a date yet. Then why are you stressed? And you don't even know how to begin to explain. The step scores, the match odds, the visa, ECFMG, the LORs, from attendings you've never met in a country you've never been to. The fact that you're competing against people who are already there, who already did rotations, who already have connections there, from your bedroom in your city, thousands of miles away, you cannot explain that over a dinner. So you just say, it's fine, don't worry about that. And you go back to your room and open the laptop. The worst part isn't the studying. I want to be honest about that. The content is hard, but it's learnable. The worst part is what happens when you're tired, really tired, and your brain stops being able to process one more pharmacology mechanism. And in that silence, your brain starts doing the math. It starts calculating. If I score a 230, what are my match odds? If I scored below 220, is it even worth applying? How many IMG applicants were there last year? How many matched? What percentage is that? Is that percentage going to include me? And you go deeper. What if it doesn't work? What do I tell my parents? What do I do with the last 3 years of my life? And suddenly, you're not studying for step 2 anymore. You're sitting in the dark, running catastrophic calculations on a future that hasn't happened yet. That spiral, that specific 2 a.m. spiral, nobody prepares you for that. Nobody. You know what the loneliest part is? You can't really talk about it. Because if you tell your parents, if you tell your friends, your non medical friends, they don't understand the stakes. They say you'll be fine, and they mean it kindly, but it doesn't help. If you tell your medical school classmates, some of them are doing FCPS, some of them are doing MRCP, everyone is on a different path. And you don't want to compare or complain. If you tell your parents, they worry. And then you spend energy managing their worry on the top of your own. So you can just hold it, you carry it quietly. You open the laptop, you do the block, you read the explanation, you close the laptop, you sleep, you wake up, you do it again, alone. I want to tell you something, and I need you to actually hear it, not just listen it, actually hear it. The loneliness that you feel is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is not a weakness. It is not a sign that you chose the wrong path. It is the specific, inevitable feeling of doing something that matters enormously before anyone else can see the result. That's all that is. The loneliness isn't the problem. The loneliness is the proof that you're actually doing something very real, something hard, something that most people never even attempt. You're not sitting alone. You're sitting alone in a room, in a country, thousands of miles from your goal, and you're still opening the laptop, Do you understand how remarkable this actually is? I'm not going to tell you the loneliness goes away. I don't think it does completely. But here's what I've actually found makes it smaller. First, find a person who's doing exactly what you're doing. Not someone who kind of understands, someone who is also awake at 2 a.m., doing the UWorld blocks and feeling the same thing. One person. That's all you need. Wherever they are, find them. Because the moment someone says, I also got 54% on that block, the loneliness cracks open just enough to breathe. Second, document the journey. Write it down, voice note it, make a video like this. Because when you articulate what you're feeling, it goes from being this shapeless, heavy thing sitting on your chest to being a sentence. And sentences can be dealt with. Third, and this one sounds simple, but it isn't. Let tomorrow's version of you worry about tomorrow. Tonight, you did the block. You read the explanations. You're one day further than you were yesterday. That is enough. That has to be enough. Let it be enough. Honestly, I made this channel because I was tired of watching USMLE content that pretended this journey to be very clean. The score reports, the Anki streaks, the study schedules, all real, but all useful. But nobody was talking about what it feels like at 2 a.m. when the score is low and the room is quiet and you're doing a math about a future you cannot control alone. So I'm talking about it because if you found this video, if the algorithm sent you here at whatever hour it is, at wherever you are, I want you to know that someone else sat in that same quiet room, felt that same heavy thing, and opened the laptop anyway. That's all I've got for you tonight. Open the laptop anyway. See you in the next one.